Make a dance. What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Now, if you're new, come check out the Discord. I just made a new Discord. We are super close to 100 members. Super close. Parole's in the chat. So we got the chat warming up. It's perfect. What up, everybody? So here we are. We're going to talk about 2025 releases. Now, I haven't done this on my channel almost ever. I talked about new releases when I first started on YouTube, but never at this pace. And just to kind of see what's going on in our YouTube community and just see, are these new releases any good? Any good? People are rolling in. What's going on, everybody? Don't forget to join our Discord. Brand new, brand spanking new. If you're interested in what I'm doing, I do on the Discord. I'm giving out little tidbits here and there of what I'm working on, what I'm wearing for the channel. So people on the Discord actually know what samples are coming in for the next week and stuff. So I'm kind of giving out updates, things like that on the channel. So definitely join the Discord. We are, I think, 95 members now. I'm adding little pieces here and there for people to talk. There's a lot of people just going back and forth in regards to other fragrances. And again, everybody's coming in, putting in comments right now on the live. Much appreciated. And we're going to be talking about 2025 releases because I've tested a lot and well, not weird. It was just, I guess, the way the cookie crumbles. I was looking at the list of what I actually spoke about on the channel, and it's all designers, really. There's not too many niche fragrances, and that's maybe not by design or anything. It just happened that way, I guess. Good afternoon, good Sunday. I have my little coffee here. Go Habs, go. Hopefully, Columbus is going to lose tonight. I might watch that game. And just see. Montreal's not playing. Columbus is playing against Washington. But how's everybody doing this weekend? We are getting some warm weather. I am going to be here only for about an hour, give or take, just enough to kind of discuss these new releases and the scores I gave them. We can talk. We can go back and forth here. I see we got some people coming in. Callie's Groom Room is in. Lewis is here. What's going on, Lewis? What's going on, buddy? We got I from Norway, Theodom Silver Stem. Is there any other way? Any other way? Yeah, drop your scent of the days. Looks like everybody's already starting. We got Creed Royal Water here. We got somebody that needs to be banned. Moderators, let's ban this gentleman here. You see, it looks like he's sniffing crack right there. Drop the like, of course. And yeah, the Discord's pretty fun. Is that we just all share our stuff, and it's just another way to discover. The Facebook group was something that I started way back when, but now the Discord group might be the new way of doing it. Just because these brands are actually attacking Facebook groups now. So Muse is in the house. Okay, so we got a wrench now. Ban that Canadian. Have I tried Animal Cafe? No, I have not. Oh, here we go. He's dropping $2. You know what? I'll put it on screen because you did drop $2 Canadian. Thanks for the toonie, buddy. You know what? They're due. As much as I'm a Habs fan, Toronto's due. Like, it's unfortunate what's happening to the Leafs, that they were so bad for so long. They got all these draft capital. They got all these guys. And I know, maybe the personalities, things are not working out for them. So hopefully that's going to work out. And here we go. We got some more people coming in. How's the performance on Promise? Excellent. Excellent. You can't even ask for any more than that. Croatia's in the house. Yeah, definitely drop your country down if you're a different country. Of course, um, went to church with Prada Lum. It's perfect church-based fragrance. Wash away those sins, right? Uh, Prada Lum. Okay, so we got another Prada in the house here. I want my refund, man. Don't be that guy. Yeah, so drop your set of the days. Okay, so let's talk 2025 releases. Now, um, I spoke about at least a dozen of them on my channel, which is unheard of, right? I don't really talk about brand new releases. I've been sampling a lot and I've gotten a lot in kind of thing for the decant site and things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, and you guys can always drop what you think of 2025 and the releases, and which ones are flops, which ones are great. uh, but I kind of wanted to kind of do a live. I haven't done a live in years. It's been a while. So we'll talk a bit, and I'll do my thing, but let us know what you think about these releases while I'm talking about them. So I first started off 2025 with the newest release, a Stronger With You Parfum Edition. This one right here. And I got a bottle. Like most of them are sampling samples. This was just for the decant site. So there's a little bit of juice left. And if you haven't seen that video, this one right here got a 7 out of me. Now, what I saw when I compiled all these 2025 releases, I'm like, 2025 sucked. Honestly, 2025 sucked big time, in my personal opinion. But there was a lot of sevens. So maybe my grading scale is needs to be redone. My grading scale is usually around 10, 9, 8 is, if you're getting that score, you're bottle worthy at a certain part, right? An 8 may never see my collection, never. Even a 10, depending on if it's discontinued or not. I do have that scale of what's coming into my collection. So this one was the first 2025 release that I actually spoke about in 2025, which was in January, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. And the only reason a 7 is really basically it's kind of, you kind of flopped. It really didn't give me anything new to the Stronger With You lineup, and that's kind of what I was looking for. And I'm not a big basher of the Stronger With You line. I think they have some personality to them, and I do wear them. Like, they're not high scale or anything, but um, yeah, that one right there, it was a 7. The next one that I spoke about was the Dior Parfum, the new release for 2025, and that one also got a 7. And that one was a lower 7, honestly. Dior Parfum was just um, didn't do it for me. And it's obviously it's going more mainstream. So people with that kind of taste are going to gravitate towards it. But I really felt like that one right there as a 7. Diaram Parfum. And again, I think those scores like 7s, I might have to turn 7s into 6s really, and kind of maybe emphasize a 7. 7's like that sweet spot, right? For me. So I might have to look at that a little bit and kind of change that a bit on my channel. So we'll see. And the Frag Lad and I okay. Chaos. Wait. Where are the comments there? I was trying to show a comment. Chaos says Azaro's a masterpiece. Well, um, and again, I can't really tell. Like I can tell, but I can't tell another fragrance reviewer, like why. Like, I understand why you want to give positive feedback to 2025 releases, is because um, the more negative you are on your channel, and I mean negative, like actually having a voice, and just say like not everything's great. Like not everybody goes to Macy's and stuff and just says everything smells good. But on YouTube or social media, people get hurt. Like, I've been doing this for so long that I know that if I shoot a video of a popular fragrance and I bash it all to hell, people are going to take it seriously. I'm going to lose subscribers. I'm going to get nasty comments. And I might even people even go as far as disliking your videos for months to years. That's how it works. So a lot of these guys kind of play that. So unfortunately, you know, those kind of people just don't, they just go, okay, I kind of just need to give a positive feedback, and they just do the safe, like, things that you can hate. Like if something is like, like, let's say, what's a good example? Gucci Guilty Absolute, great example, right? Popular in the community in a way, but not with the overall crowd. It would be popular for you to talk down about it, because you're not going to lose subscribers, because the most people don't like that fragrance. So it makes all kinds of sense. Have I smelt the Amouage Essence collection? I'm sorry, I'm just going like random comments, guys. So I'm not gonna go on all comments, but I'll try my best here to run them through. I have not. My the place I decant with, they had bottles. I mentioned to them that we should be decanting some of them, and I'm kind of holding out for them to send me bottles so I don't have to pay 14.99 US for decants for each one of those. But I might have to bite the bullet, depending. But I got tons of stuff to sample, so it's not like I'm in a rush. But no, I have not smelt them. So bonjour, bonjour. Someone from IG, I see. Hello. Uh, 7 for DHP is extremely, yeah. Yeah, and that's why I was kind of looking, and I was like, I might have to change. But moving on to the next ones. The other one was Prada and Infusion series, which gets like zero like press. I think when I released it was Infusion de Rhubarbe, which is a rhubarb infusion fragrance, and I like the infusion line, and I gave that one an 8. So it was the highest score at that point for 2025, which is a fragrance that, well, it's a fragrance brand that doesn't give out freebies to anybody. So the only reviews that you're getting is legit reviews, and they are quite expensive. The Infusion fragrances are not cheap, and they're not super crazy either, um, in regards to being available and stuff like that. And they're in the women's aisle more. So you're not going to see an Infusion fragrance bottle with the men's line. So anyway, I gave that one an 8. I thought it was pretty good. I wish I actually had a bottle. I would buy a bottle of Infusion. Obviously, with the 8, it would get that. So that was in January. So that one got the highest score out of, obviously DHP and Stronger With You Parfum got a lot of press from the YouTubers, but Prada didn't, and it was the highest one rated. Next was not a 2025 release, but it was released like around Christmas time. It was from Cartier, and this is one of the highest scores that I've given, and that was a 9, and that was Declaration EDP. And that one is absolutely stunning. And I don't have a bottle, but a 9 means I'm going to get a bottle. I'm not in a rush to get a bottle, but and I haven't seen, at least I haven't seen any discounters getting the new Declaration yet. So I'm waiting for that. I'm not going to pay full retail for Declaration release. It's not like a super crazy fragrance release, but it's one that I would like to have because it would legit make a top 20 list for me at some point. So it's a suitable fragrance. Yeah. If you're in this for money, you're in this for fame. If you're here to get like a chain with your logo on it and put your logo in the background, and this is, you want to have a job out of this. Unfortunately, the only negative type of videos you're going to do is type of things that are just making you kind of look legit, kind of thing, like just like hate on stuff that's popular, like Sauvage. Like the same people that loved Sauvage when it was popular on their channel hate it now because it's popular to hate. I hated Sauvage. I've been consistent, at least. I've hated it since day one. Um, at the peak of it, and I got a lot of flack on those videos when I said Sauvage sucks, and it's my own opinion. People were getting mad, but yeah, you're right. It's unfortunately that's how it is. Um, and you can tell people's taste, right? There are some reviewers out there you don't even know what their taste is because they're all over the place. So if you're telling me like, something's great 1 month and then 6 months later you say it sucks, and then like what? and you keep doing that. It's just, what do you like? Like, what's going on? Like, you're not a newbie, right? Like newbies, yes, right. You are going to you're going to start with fragrances like this. I'm going to move my fragrance here because I'm going. You're going to start with stuff like this, right? And you're going to like it, and it's fine. But if you have a YouTube channel and you've been doing it for months and years, and you've smelt stuff like, let's say, something like this, and you start liking stuff like this, and and then all of a sudden you think this is amazing, right? Something does not compute. And there is some straightforward, fragrances that I like, but my taste. Like, I've been here for so long that, some designer fragrances that maybe it doesn't make sense to you because it's a gourmand, but you know me because I like stuff like New Harlem. And, I like Le Mans. So, like, those kind of things, eventually there is going to be some that I'm going to like, but like it's consistent, right? I don't like Sauvage. Anything that kind of smells like Sauvage, I don't like. It makes sense because it's my taste. um, so it's kind of weird to see, like, I know that certain things in fragrances will change your idea of it, but let's go back to the comments. You should try YSL Cuir that was released. I have the old Cuir. A bottle somewhere in here. It's like close to being talked about. It's somewhere. I got the old one though. I don't have the new one. Bonjour. How's it going? How's it going? Oh God, no. God, no. I disagree. Humbly disagree. But yeah, we all have our own taste. But I just smelt that Apex, and yeah. ADG elixir is okay. It is okay, but it's not an Aquadigio. That's the only problem. Why do Chanel take so long to realize a new men's fragrance line? I don't really know why. Like, Chanel has been really focusing on their Privé line. Uh, so it's like when you're on top of the mountain, and a lot of us have our own opinion about Chanel, but they're at the top of the mountain. You can't deny it. They are the premium designer fragrance brand. You can take your time. You can survey the area. You can build, thousands of fragrances and not release them. Like, in the back end, they're probably super busy. All right. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff, but they want to be the trendsetters. They are not going to, and I'm saying this lightly because some of their fragrances, like the Allure, like that Super Allegra thing, kind of mid, but very safe. And that's Chanel, right? They're safe. They won't take a chance, right? And that's the business. It's business. It's not personal. It's business. um, will you do an unboxing? Oh, of this thing over here somewhere, right there. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna do probably a samples of it before. I have a sample. I bought a sample of it, of that one and the vanilla. They are right here. They're on the desk. They're right there. But obviously, I got like probably 50 or 60 decants to go through before I even touch that. But I might eventually just smell them. But it's gonna take a while to unbox. Like, I got so much stuff to unbox right now. It's not even funny. Don't see any popular fragrance reviews. I only see popular list channels. More Than Words is absolutely stunning. It is one of the rare Serge that I really liked. Got a bottle out of my own money. It took me a while to get the bottle, but very complex, well executed. I mean, it is one of the rare Serge that I would recommend to somebody. Yeah. Why don't I like the OG Aventus? Um, Well, it's not just birch tar, and that's the problem of it, of Aventus, is that most of the DNA of it, I don't like. So and the birch tar in it, at least from the and I've smelled kind of almost several batch codes of Aventus. It's not like I've it changes a lot, obviously, but I haven't smelled one that I'm just like the birch tar is amazing in here. I don't care about the rest. That has happened with other perfumes, but that one right there, um, unfortunately not. Hey, carry on. What up? Any new carry on? Grim, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Grim's got a YouTube channel. Go follow him. Grim G has sense. I think he's. Did you hit 1,000 yet? I know that I saw you on live on a few times that you're just like 20 or 30 people away from 1,000. So congrats, bro. If you're still on, I have a sample of the new Chanel L'Eau Splendide. I'm not buying it. Not a fan, not a hater, but I don't like it enough to buy it. Yeah. Um, Brand's in the house. What up? I see DG have all. Yes, they do. Um, was their old bottle refillable? It's probably why. If it wasn't, I don't know. Um, where was I? So Declaration got a 9. The next one that I talked about was more in February, and that was the New Lamal Elixir, which was the old gold bottle. And this is kind of like the the thing now. Like I can do like an IG Instagram video with these, but this one got a 6 out of 10 out of me. It was actually worse than Elixir, which was interesting. Yeah, Jean Paul Gaultier was never really a big trend setting fragrance brand or like blow your mind, but at least some of them were to me. And then you could go like Fleur du Mal was kind of trend setting, and yeah, it kind of was actually. Um, but and Gaultier Squared was really good as well. But you know, like they are in that whole Paco Rabanne 1 million lineup kind of thing, right? Those brands are kind of like that. Next was which one that I tested out? Oh, Stronger With You Sandalwood, which I had like a million bottles of. So this one right here, where did I give it? I gave it, I didn't give it a score. It was an unboxing. So unboxings, I don't give scores, but I think I liked it because it was more wood based, less sweet. So I really like this one. I'll give it an 8 or 9. I think it's bottle worthy personally for me. I do like the Middle Easterns, Stronger With Yous, because they have more um, I would say like more of a more masculine edges, like they use spices and woods and things like that. So I really like that, and I do like the Stronger With You DNA. Not one of my favorites, but I do like it, and I do like all the flankers of them. They're not bad, not all, but some. Next was the Givenchy Gentleman Society Ombre, which I think I got a bum sample. I think a lot of people are telling me they get a lot of like resins and stuff like that in amber, and I got nothing. It was more floral than anything, and I gave that one a 5. So that one, I am going to get another sample because I feel personally, I feel like when I smelled it, I was like, hombre, like this is. I don't know if they gave me the original Society because I've never smelled the Society line at all. It was my first sniff of it, and it really did not smell anything like tobacco or anything like that. Like had a little bit of it, but it wasn't what people were saying. So sometimes that happens, right? A decant shop advertised one thing, and I got something else. But the label clearly said it was ombre. Give me a sec. No. All right. So what was next after that? Phantom Elixir by Daman. So Paco Rabanne has been busy. Armani has been busy. Jean Paul Gaultier has been busy. Phantom Elixir was like the little robot. I gave that one a 3 out of 10. It smelled like an Invictus fragrance. So unfortunately, that one I think got the lowest. Yeah, it has the lowest score of 2025 right now. It's holding the crown right now, the worst 2025 release, the little robot, which kind of makes sense. Um, Now let's go back to comments. And again, I'm sorry if I missed your comment. Just keep typing it. I guess I don't know. I'm on Streamyard here, and I'm kind of going with the flow with it. Have I changed my mind about the OG Pure Distance M? I don't remember what I said about Pure Distance M. That is a long time ago. And if I remember correctly, it's a leathery, spicy thing that smells like Bel Ami, right? Super expensive. My thoughts would probably were that it was too expensive for what you get. Um, I feel the same way because I only had like the little. They had the little bottles. I think they got bigger bottles now. Uh, Excellent scent. It's just overpriced. Um, we need more Parfum d'Empire reviews. Yes. I don't have any unboxing, so there's nothing to unbox. There's nothing in the purgatory right now. However, I do have samples. I think I have 2 or 3 samples of Parfum d'Empire. I do need to revisit Must Tonkin. It was on my buy list. It was high on my buy list. It was actually number 1 on my buy list, and I'm going to revisit it. It's been several years, so I'm going to try it again. So we're going to go that way with that one. I see familiar faces. What's going on, Mr. The Man Cologne? He's got the wrench. Good for you. He's got a YouTube channel. Go check him out. Really a great guy. Um, so I really do want to help out the smaller channels out there that are kind of like no nonsense. Like I understand if I shout out somebody, I've been burned before. Like I just shout out someone and then a year later they're a completely different person. I'm just like, okay. But I hope that I'm helping out smaller channels to grow a little bit through my channel. That is the goal. Um, we want to do things like that. I want to do things like that. Even though I have been burned. Maybe a disclaimer needs to come in, but I would like to have smaller channels on my channel on a live to talk about fragrances and just talk about other things. What is next? Where was I? Phantom. Yeah, I got a 3. Next was another Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Flower Edition. This one right here. So I had this one, um, and that one. What did I give that one? No score because it was unboxing, of course. So that one was a disappointing one as well. I think I would give it probably like a 4 on that one. I don't think I was a fan of that. Gucci Guilty Love Edition by Gucci. I gave that one a 5, and that one's getting lots of hype in the community. I think a lot of people compare it to Why Myself, and saying that it's the better version of it. It's like a trick of the trade, right? I don't know why. I know Gucci um, gave out PR product on that one, so I could see why. That is one of the trick of the trades that, if you don't really have much to say about the fragrance or you don't really have a PR piece that they're saying, say this. The easiest thing to do is to compare it to an older fragrance that is a lot of traction in the community that's maybe a year old, and say this is the exact same thing but better. It's what people do with clones. They go like, "This is better. This smells like Aventus," right? You want to use something that's popular, right? Baby Cat, things that are popular but expensive. What was the other one? Bad Boy Elixir. So I smelt a lot of crap. Bad Boy Elixir from Carolina Herrera. I do have a bottle somewhere. I didn't even bring up the bottle. That's how bad that one was. I didn't give it a score, but I'd probably give it a 3 if I had to, or 4, or something like that. I really don't like Bad Boy DNA. I haven't seen one lightning bolt bottle that I liked. Tal d'Hermes EDP Intense was probably the one. I did split it. I didn't get the official bottle. I got a 200 ml refill. I still got a little bit left of the O Intense, and I think the score I gave it was a 10. So it is the highest score I gave. So right now, 9s, 8s, bottle worthy fragrances. Right now, out of all the fragrances that I've tested this year, we got Prada Infusion de Rhubarbe, the rhubarb based fragrance. I got an 8. Cartier Declaration DP got a 9. Stronger with You Sandalwood. I didn't give it a score, but I'd probably give it an 8. It was a solid one. And Tal d'Hermes EDP Intense right now out of that whole list. So bottle worthy. That's it. No, I have and again, I'm just talking about the things that I have discussed on the channel. So Eros Energy has not been, and Dolce K. I have a sample. I think this is the sample. It's like blue juice. K Parfum, right? That's the one you're talking. Yeah, that one. That's coming up. on the channel as a sampling sample. So I haven't sampled it yet. Brand new. So that one is going to be Eros Energy. I don't have a sample of it. Some people in the chat are talking about their workout routine. Go get them, Tiger. Fraglad is talking about or my only designer reviews that moved my monkey. Oh, whoa. There he is, Quack. Thanks, buddy. Happy you got a wrench. I don't remember if you had a wrench or not, but what's going on, Rich? What's your cent of the day today, buddy? Love your channel. You have to try Hugo Boss Silvering. Is that? I'm assuming that's from their high-end line because I've never heard of that. So I'm assuming that is from their higher-end line. Next is Carry On. Janet, Mark, do you know Gucci EDP, the brown one? What is similar? Gucci EDP, the brown one. Gucci EDP. You got me interested here, Janet. Just give me a second. The brown one. You're not talking about Gucci put on, are you? Are you? From 2002. Gooch. Okay, I'm going on Fragrantica. Give me a second here. Gucci EDP. I'm guessing. Oh, EDP the brown. Oh, that one. It's a woman's fragrance. It's 2002. The nose was Daniela Andrier. Ooh, good nose. Note breakdown. Heliotrope. Caraway iris leather incense. Ooh. Ooh. And look at that dark juice. Ooh. Janet's got a good eye for good fragrance there. I'm going to keep that one up, but I have not smelt that. I've never heard of that actually, but now it's on my Fragrantica page. I'm going to keep that up and see if I can get a sample of it. That looks interesting. But unfortunately, I can't help you what is similar, but it looks interesting. We got some quacking, we got some mooing. Jim said of the day, there you go. Please review the Matin Lisan line from Serge Lutens. I bought a bunch of Serge Lutens samples, fairly big ones. I got this one. Look at this. Look at this purple juice. Anybody that knows what purple Serge Lutens is? Sarrasin. So I am going to be sniffing that one. I got, what's the other Serge Lutens that I got? I got Serge Lutens La Mire. So the myrrh-based one, which is bell jar only. I got Iris Silver Mist, and I got Musk Kubla Khan. So we're going to see some, and they're all like here, like in the vicinity of probably getting reviewed in obviously 2025, depending on how fast I am with all these samples that I get. But there's a lot of Serge Lutens coming up. That's 4 of them right there to be spoken about on the channel as sampling samples, which are bulky videos on my channel now. I don't do real big reviews anymore. Sampling samples is really that and test drive, but I don't do too many test drives. So, but the Matin line, I have not any of those. So what's next? What did I talk about next? Oh, Purpose 50 by Amouage. So that, I think that was our first, is that our first niche brand? Armani, Dior, Prada, Cartier, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Armani, Givenchy, Paco Rabanne, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Gucci, Carolina Herrera, Hermes. So our first niche was Amouage Purpose 50. And we're not going to start talking about Amouage and what's going on over there. Quentin Bish is apparently the hero of the brand. Obviously, you know, they sold a piece of Amouage, but I think the end goal is to sell the whole thing. You are going to see brands change the direction a little bit if they're trying to be sold, because in some things in the books it's going to look good. So Purpose 50 sucked. It was a 7, and for a really expensive fragrance, I think I was actually kind of generous, but I really didn't like Purpose 50. It was the first one because I smelt Interlude from that line, which I felt was good. I don't think anybody that owns the original interlude like I do, like non-magnetic cap, I think it would be more of a redundant release, honestly. But for me as a collector, I thought for recent Amouage, it was actually not bad. So interlude, I do have my Jubilation 40 up there somewhere, right there, that I need to unbox. And I do have a sample of Jubilation 40, which I need to talk about too. So that one might get a better score than a 7. Uh, Next was DR from their Privé line, Bois Talisman, which also got a 7. And again, I'm seeing a lot of 7s, so I might have to. Maybe that's my comfort spot, is that it's like right under bottle worthy, so it's kind of like, it's okay. And again, I wasn't really impressed with that one. Next was F and Fabulous, the Far edition, the more expensive one, which got an 8. Um, and the reason it got an 8, and I think is bottle worthy for me, was I like the classiness of the F and Fabulous. I know it's not for everybody, but I really like it. And kind of blindfolding me and not talking about price, I really did like the little changes here and there of it. And it's still a solid set. It takes a lot from the original F and Fabulous, so almost kind of redundant. So if you own one, you don't need the other, honestly. But I did like it. Next was Devotion, put on by Dolce & Gabbana. So Dolce & Gabbana kind of went on a different line. I gave that one a 7 as well, a high 7. I felt it was actually quite interesting as a fragrance, with the lemon and the coffee. Probably nothing new from the Parfumier, because he's been using lemon and coffee in a lot of his fragrances. But either way, I thought it was pretty good. Angel Share Paradis by Killian. Again, kind of overhyped as a fragrance, a 7. And I think that slots in, Angel Share is better, personally, the original. So this one is a tad lower. I think they kind of screwed that one up, honestly. So 7. And next was Forever Wanted. This one right here, Forever Wanted Elixir. I didn't give this one a score. This is just a Tuscan leather clone, honestly. So not really worth the money that they're asking, like $140. Come on now. So moving on to some comments, and then we just got a couple more that I delved into this year, and then we're going to maybe talk about the ones I am going to be talking about in the future. Clones are never better, but some are good, but never better. Yeah, it's like I understand, and I think I blame the designer brands. They got greedy, they upped their pricing, and they left a huge gap. Like they left a huge gap. They used to, at a discounter, I used to get fragrances for $50, $60 Canadian, like Mugler fragrances, Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. All the light blues used to be like $50. You just wait, and they'd be $50. Yeah, things like Armani, like Acqua di Gio, you'd have to pay a little bit more, but there was, that gap is like, you're not going to find that anymore. That's the problem. There was quality, quote unquote, for 40. And there's some things in the bargain bin that are really, really good, that are old, but are still very good. So you had fragrances, designer fragrances at $20, $30, $40, $50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. And that was the designer, anything above 120 was probably Dior, Chanel, Armani. There was just a couple things a little higher than that. And that was fine. That was perfect price point. And there was no real room, right, to move around. But everybody has, like, when a Jean Paul Gaultier, for me personally, a bottle like this in Canada, I think this is a 200 mil. Yeah, this is going to be over $200 for me. Like if I went retail, I'd be paying like probably $220 at a Shoppers Drug Mart or something like that. Absolutely ridiculous. And people are, complaining about Tom Ford being $400. Well, Tom Ford Private Blend, you're not going to be $250 when this is two something, right? You have to move up. So, those niche brands, Tom Ford's, Louis Vuitton. I could see Tom Ford, Louis Vuitton, these private lines, Chanel, Dior. They are going to be, in maybe as fast as 5 years from now, are going to be in the $1,000 range. They're getting close now. They're getting there. So you're going to see, especially Louis Vuitton, with all the popularity with the TikTokers and stuff like that. As much as that's free press, they don't want that. They don't want kids going Louis Vuitton. No, 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 no. We're an exclusive brand. So they don't mind, but they're going to price hike every year. They're going to go 6, 7, 8 until they price themselves out of these TikTokers, until it's an exclusive fragrance. That's where they want to be. So I wouldn't be surprised in 5 years from now, like a Tom Ford private blend, like 100 ml bottle, we'll say, is going to be around $1,000. The decanters are $1,000, right? Give or take. They do have a lot of place to go. Right? They do have like some of these Chanel's and stuff like that. That are hardly hitting 500. So there's a lot of moving up, but it's going to happen. I could see it. My thoughts on the Moon by Frederick Malle. The Moon. I'm going to give you guys an exclusive. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? There you are. So nobody knows yet that I have this because I haven't unboxed it yet. It's right here on my desk because it is going to get unboxed, but I own it. So is it worth the price? I obviously think so. But I got it on a not a split, but one of my guys like gave me like more than 50% of this juice, right? Give or take. So I wouldn't pay full retail for it for a full bottle. Like 50%, 60% of a bottle is perfectly fine for me. And that's the way I kind of do things a little bit, like these really expensive things. Um, I kind of temper my expectations and save money. Like I don't need 100 mils of anything. So um funny you're bringing that up because I am going to be talking about one. I have a samples on. Well, you guys can't see that. Fantasque by the Givenchy. So I will be talking about their exclusive line. Hopefully that one is next week. I already wore it once. I'm going to wear it again tonight, so that's going to be 2, and then the third one. So hopefully, we'll say late next week is going to have a Givenchy exclusive Fantasque 2024 release on my channel. I've tried their older collection. They've revamped. I think I smelled like an oud one. Man, it's been a while. But I have smelled their older, not their newer stuff. No, no, no. I hear that they have one that smells like the Autumn Intense, I think is what I saw somewhere. Might be wrong. Um, you always say, "What have you done for me lately?" Well, yeah. What have you done? Don't you think that is a good thing for Chanel that they don't do release after release, compromising the quality? Yeah, you could go that route and go, quantity is not, you'd rather have quality than quantity, but you can make both ends, right? They have the talent, the people, they have the roster to make fragrances. And I don't mean like, I'm not asking for you to do, like like look at Armani, how many have they released already in quarter 1? Stronger with You Parfum, 1. They did Stronger with You Sandalwood, 2. Aqua di Gio Elixir, 3. And then I don't think they have anything else. So that's 3 in quarter 1. 3 fragrances. Talk about oversaturation. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm asking for Chanel. I'm asking for 1 release a year in the men's line. Maybe 2 if you're stretching yourself. And that's not too much to ask. And I mean like a unique perfume, like not something like just a different concentration. That's stupid. Like what they've been doing, like Beer de Chanel and making different concentration, should not take you this long. It should not take you years to make a new Beer de Chanel. Newish, right? Um, um, if I like the new Hermes, what I like Comme des Garçons Black. That's 2 different things. That is 2 different things, Bruno. Black is one of the better designer fragrances, like in the past, like 10 years, 15 years. It is absolutely gorgeous. Um, it is better than the Tide. It's much better than the Tide. But it's more my taste. So you gotta like smoke. You gotta like daring sense. You have to. It is simply outstanding. It's one, if not the best, Comme des Garçons release. It is absolutely great. Um, so let's finish up my list here. So I finished off with Forever Wanted. A Million Gold Elixir came out. So a lot of elixirs obviously came out from Paco Rabanne. I gave that a 4. Oof. Oh, the Million line just does not smell like 1 million anymore. They just went back to sweet on that one. And that Million Gold, not the elixir, the gold that was last year's edition was beautiful sandalwood. They didn't get rid of the sandalwood, but they toned it down and they just put a bunch of, I think Bish made it. They didn't put a parfumé to the fragrance yet, the elixir, but I'm assuming if I'm a betting man, it's probably Bish, and it was that sweet fog. I absolutely hate that stuff. Good 4, solid 4 out of that one. And then Abbey Rouge Spirit, which is a fairly new video on my channel. I gave that one a 9. And again, my Rolodex for Abbey Rouge is quite thin. So I gave it a 9. I liked it. It really makes me, and I have a Privé sample somewhere in here. It's on the desk somewhere. Unfortunately, the desk is like, it's got tons of samples. So a 9 on that one. Next was another Guerlain, which was Pêche Mirage. So that was my newest video on the peach. Obviously, very expensive because it's from L'Art et la Matière, but I gave it an 8. And it's getting a lot of hate, but and granted, as far as the price and versus that lineup, like you can't say that Pêche Mirage is better than Spiritueuse. Is it better than Tanque Impérial? No. Bois? No. Angélique? No. Mire? Idélire? No, absolutely not. Like, just keep going through the roster, right? It just really isn't a top 10 release on the line, but that line is nuts. It's crazy. I really liked what she did with a few notes in there. So it smelled more like an Hermes to me personally. And then my next sampling sample. So you guys are getting the exclusive here, which is next is going to be Apex Eau Intense by Roger Dove, which it is a green fragrance. I'll kind of give you like a little mini exclusive, I guess. It's a green fragrance. They used mint. And you know, I'm a big fan of mint. I love mint. However, you got to do it right. And they did it wrong. Wrong. And the back end kind of reminded me of Coach Green a bit, which is not a good compare. Like if you're getting compared to Coach Green. So that one's next. I got Kirky from Maison Francis K, which is coming up in sampling samples. So that's another 2025 release, which is going to be coming up. I haven't sampled it yet, but the sample's like right there, right there. After I'm done with Fantasque, it's Kirky. So Kirky is going to be like not next week, but the week after probably. I got Hope from Frederic Malle, which is not a 2025 release, so that one's next. I got Comet from Chanel that I need to sample. And I got a whole bunch of like really shitty designers, honestly. Like I got, what do I got? I got Y Le Parfum 2025. I guess there's a new Y from YSL. I have that K. I got a Victory something. So I'm trying my best to try out everything that's coming out as much as I can in 2025 and give you guys, not 10s and not zeros. Like I feel like this YouTube thing, all we're getting with new releases, it's either really great or it's really shitty. It's a 0 or it's a 10 or 9.5 or whatever, right? I'm more of a 7 guy. Like from what I'm seeing here, I got some 7s, right? I got how many 10s do I have? 1. Hermes. I got how many 9s? 1. Abbey Rouge Spirit is 1. And Quartier Déclaration is a 9. That's it. 8. Pêche Mirage is an 8. Effing Fabulous Parfum is an 8. I think that's about it. No, Stronger With You Sandalwood's an 8. Prada Infusion de Rhubarbe is an 8. And there's a lot of 7s. I'm not going to go through those. Sixes, Le Male Elixir Absolue is a six. And I think that was the only six. Fives, we got Gentleman Society Ombre's a five. Gucci Guilty Love Edition's a five. Um, and I think that was it for the fives. Then we got a couple fours and a couple threes. So, right, like tens. I'm not giving them out like cookies, nines either, or eights. Like a lot of sevens and sixes really is the bulk of it. It would be kind of neat to have like something at the end of the year, kind of like a graph, and just seeing what the 2025 releases, like a score from 1 to 10, and not change my scoring system and just see where the bulk of it goes. Be nice to see. So let's go back to the a little bit with you guys. I got 10 more minutes, and then we'll talk comments because I'm done with the 2025 releases. You guys can comment below and let me know which ones I'm missing from 2025 that I should be smelling, if there's anything out there. And give me your thoughts on some 2025 releases. What do you think about the year right now? Good, bad? So let's go through these comments as fast as we can, and I'll answer some comments here. Try Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Infusion, 10 times better than Imagination. I still need to smell that one, actually, the Imagination. Oh, somebody gave me some money. I'm sorry, I missed that. Again, I'm not like a live streaming guy, so I'm so sorry. But I will answer your question since you gave me some cash. You don't need to. Much appreciated, but definitely not needed. This is, again, not a job. Not asking you guys for any money. The only support I ask, minimal support, is like stuff. Subscribe, like, comment, and all that does is kind of giving a channel like mine and hopefully others that have true reviews. People are looking for something. When I went on YouTube and I'm looking for like a brand new TV and I'm looking for new headphones and looking for a brand new lawnmower, I know what to look at. Like I'm going to look if there's a link down below. Like, are you getting the free product? Like, I'm new to that space, but I can tell when someone's trying to sell me something, and I absolutely hate it. And it's the same thing with this space. Like this space, kind of like I hate seeing a new release like this new Roja Dove. Already, Oda Erica has already given it. Like they both got it. Red Essence and Oda Erica got their free bottles from Twisted Lily. Both free bottles, both overly positive. I'm sorry, like Erica, who cares? That's fluff, right? I can't. There's nothing for me to say. But Red Essence, Steven knows better. I know Steven. If he didn't get the free bottle, if he didn't get the sponsorship, what kind of review would we be getting from Steven? The old Steven, right? And that's what kind of pisses me off, is because I know he knows better. Erica, no, that's he's trying to just be famous, YouTube famous. So what's your top 3 most underrated scents of all time? Shout out from South Africa. What's going on? I've been to South Africa a few times. Beautiful country. 3 most underrated scents. Oh, man. Like what can I think of? Underrated. And it's kind of, you're trying to think about fragrances that are, there's fragrances that I loved back in the day. And again, it's a lot of stuff that's kind of like discontinued, hard to find stuff like that. But I kind of go back to fragrances that I've really pushed up a lot, right? I'll give you a brand, James Healy. Now, James Healy is a brand that nobody talks about because no free bottles, no nothing, right? There's no reason for people to push that. Mount Fresh is that, and Selmere. Mount Fresh is the best mid-base fragrance of all time for me, in my opinion. And Selmere is the best aquatic. I hate aquatics. And if you can make an aquatic that it blew my socks off, you win, because I've smelt hundreds, maybe thousands of aquatics, and a lot of, like, good bunch of them. I'm just like, this is, I hate aquatics. Like, that's the one job. So underrated brand, James Healy. And right, you can knock a brand and just say, oh, they're not powerful enough, and there's no longevity or projection, or there's too simple, stuff like that. But that's what I enjoy about James Healy. It's like Jean-Claude Etienne is one of my favorite parfumiers of all time, but he does really the opposite of what I really like. I really like dark, I like smoky fragrances. I like big, bold leathers. I like I like oud. I like heavy spices. I like incense. So Jean-Claude Elena doesn't really dabble in that stuff. Like obviously dabbles with spices, but that is one brand. But like there's hundreds of those things that are underrated. Like I talk about Tea for Two, L'Artisan Parfumeur as a brand. Again, a brand. Used to be talked about on YouTube, not anymore, but like Tea for Two, one of the best tea-based fragrances of all time. And it's been like that on my channel since like 2010, since I bought it. I've gone through 3 bottles of it. It is absolutely gorgeous. One of the best tea. Like when you're great, it's hard for a new fragrance to bump it off. And and that's why like doing lists now in 2025, you're not going to see much change, right? And that just goes to like when I love something, I'm honest, and I don't care if it's discontinued. Like I'm not trying to sell you. That's the problem, right? A lot of these reviewers that have amazing collections um, don't want to talk about discontinued fragrances at all, and it's a shame. Or discontinued are hard to find. So I don't know. Hopefully that helps. But there's like I could go on and on. Like I could go for like every brand here and just go, okay, this is the jewel of this brand and that brand. But hopefully that helped you out a little bit. My room is highly flammable. Yeah, if something happened there, I'd go kaboom. Um, the Profundis is another nice purple. Yes, I do need to smell that one, but it is purple. Bread. Damn it. You guys with your super like I'm sorry I didn't see them. I'm a terrible host of like live chat. Again, I haven't done this in years. Hopefully a comment. If you're a fan of this kind of stuff, like I don't have like a script. The only script I had was like, okay, talk about 2025 releases and let's talk about them and just go from there. That's it. That was my script for this live. But if you're a big fan of this, run it up. Run it up. I can do lives like once in a while. I used to do a lot more back in the day. They are fun. But yeah, let's keep going. But thanks, Bren. Don't have to do that ever. Bonjour, bonjour. Hello, Hassan. Hello. Rich Mitch is in there. Terrible. Yeah. I am like I've never felt this way about a perfumier ever, but I am extremely hoping that a brand picks him up. He is all over the place, and he's just stripping. And it's not like I'm not completely like I'm not faulting him, but it's the brand's fault, right? 1 million does not smell like 1 million anymore. It's either drop the 1 million moniker and do something else with Rabanne, or do something interesting with the 1 million lineup. Because your 1 million lineup smells like Jean Paul Gaultier. Same thing goes for them. And I just wish that he would just go to one brand and ruin that brand and just leave all the other brands alone. I don't like. I've never despised a perfumer's signature as much as I hate his. He is absolutely atrocious. I just can't do it. Purpose 50 is way more than disappointing. Have you heard about the limited edition? Yeah, I've seen it. What's going on, Norway? What's going on? Leather and oud from Ziar. Cuir Canache comes to mind. Forget all the ouds. Purple oud, Oud Ispahan's pretty good, but leather oud and Cuir Canache are some of the best from the line. Might be 1 and 2. Might be. What's up, Wags? Yeah, the prices are crazy. Devotion is another. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna sell well. I don't think so. I felt it was a breath of fresh air. because I was, at that time, right when I sampled it, like I was, all the designer fragrances: Bad Boy Elixir, Gucci Guilty Love Edition, Le Beau Flower Edition, Phantom Elixir, Aqua di Gio elixirs, Le Mal Elixir Absolute. Like that's what I was smelling, and then I smelled this, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is totally different. It's not a freaking vanilla bomb. No back end. Um, the back end is a little more interesting. I'm not saying it's the most complex fragrance of all time, but it definitely isn't. It's not going to be a top. I think Dolce Gabbana is trying to find another flagship because the women's aisle already has Devotion, and I hear it's selling well, and that's why they have a men's section. And I think they're going to probably release an intense version of it, so it can counterpart the women's. So that's what I think they're going to be doing. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. Um, Sycamore's good. Yeah, really good. Um, how is Teldarmes au Givre? It's all right. It's no eau fraiche. Definitely not. Definitely not. What's going on, Dev? There we go. Someone from. Well, I don't think I've seen anything from you for a while on YouTube. I've seen you on Instagram here in a while, but what's going on, buddy? Um, yeah, I've tried. I was probably one of the first talking about like Slumber House and stuff like that. Yeah, I've talked about indie brands. I'm all over the place. Um, I like smelling anything and everything. The more I smell, the more knowledge I have, right? So yeah, lately I've been doing a lot of new releases and a lot of designer, honestly. But my Rolodex was kind of lacking in the designer game. Like I went probably a good 5, 6 years that I was just ignoring everything. I was just like, it's not very good. Like I'm still a designer head through and through, but um, and that's where you're gonna find some jewels like Gucci Guilty Absolute and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that you kind of have to have your pulse on. Um, but yeah, I'm all over the place. Like I'm going to be trying out a whole bunch of indie brands that I got a whole bunch of samples of. But it's just the 2025 samples that come in, they trump the older samples that I have. So we'll see. Yeah, I found the music poster was actually in the garage because I moved, right? I had to sell the old house, and it was awesome. I sold the old house, and I'm just like, oh, I'm never gonna find a house that's as it was in a really good place in our city, like a really clean place, right? There was no like anyway. It was and I found this house, and it was around COVID time, and the houses were actually going up, and this was a rental house for the military, and I guess for like their higher ups that came from the U.S. in this town, and they were just they got rid of it, and they wanted to get rid of it, and obviously it was had carpets and stuff. So I put in like hardwood flooring. You see here, I put like all in the house and stuff like that. But it's 3 times the size of my old house. I don't know why I did that, but it was such a great deal. 2-car garage. It was a beautiful home. I got my own little fire pit and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I found my music poster, which was I don't know why I put it in the garage, but I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and I found the music poster, which I thought I got rid of, but yeah. Um, Yeah, it's going well. It's going really well. Maybe I'll do some more of these. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and the thing is that it's you know, you feel like you're the old man on the grass going, "Oh, stupid." Um, the one thing that I the only thing I'd love for something to happen. Like I don't mind these people. But I would love for YouTube, or TikTok, Instagram, all these platforms to really clamp down on this kind of stuff in regards to you have to do something or say something on your channel, like not just like paid promotion, right? Like actual, like some sort of disclaimer that says, this is what I'm getting paid. I am getting paid per unit. It's like Soy Boy, right? I knew exactly what these guys got because I got the exact same email. right? You're getting $35 per bottle sold. So, and a lot of you already know about Soy Boy, S Boy there, um, and anybody that's money hungry will do that kind of stuff. $35 a bottle sold is huge, especially if you're getting like hundreds of people buying this stuff. And that's like the only disclaimer. You want to lie, your video's not going to go up. That's the thing, right? I'd love just a big poster, like put it on their forehead. I'm getting paid $35 per bottle sold. Okay, well, it's clear as effing day, right? I don't care about you getting a little paid promotion. It's all about you lying about it, right? Like somebody that has like a collection like mine, and you're excited about Soy Boy, right? That's the kind of like you're deceiving people, and you have the audience, and that's the thing. You have a responsibility, and it just kind of shows me what kind of person you are. Like someone like Steve, and unfortunately, I'm going to name him, but we know who you are. You showed us for 7 years who you were as a fragrance YouTuber. That's why we were friends, and then you switched, um, and that's not okay. I don't like people, and that's why I don't like you, because you're lying. You're a liar. You're selling products like you, and that's the problem. I'm not a fan of that. Um, Man, I'm getting like super chats, and I can't like. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you though. Thanks, Richard, if you're still here. I smells here. What's good, Rose? Picked up that Chopard. Oh yeah, that's good. Good scent. Good brand actually. Um, I come to realize that female reviewers tend to say always the same for vanilla. Well, yeah. But again, there's a lot of good female reviewers that they're not looking for that kind of platform. They're like Mitra, right? There's somebody that I met like a couple months back. Um, that's a salt like she doesn't really do like standalone reviews and stuff. Like she has a lot of videos, but it's not like she's not pandering to the males, right? That's the kind of thing that I can't do. I can't do. Um, is there something that I compare? Black reminded me of Black Lacquer by Tom Ford, if that is available around your way. The same Parfumier made Black Lacquer by Tom Ford, and you are saving money. Um, and Black Lacquer is newer. Don't buy the Tom Ford. Just being honest, black is 10 times better. It's like a stronger version of Black Lacquer. It is awesome. Janet, yeah, I actually have Gallup. It's actually right behind my head. It's in the purgatory, there's a side purgatory. There's purgatory here. There's a lot of, you can see a little bit of purgatory right here. There's Nathalie Cologne and there's Santal Royale there. Those are the ones that are coming into being unboxed. They're very close to being unboxed. Then there's a whole bunch of purgatory over here that you don't know of. Things that I bought in the past like 3-4 years that I still haven't unboxed. But and then there's Gallup, which is behind here. There's another curio cabinet behind all these that is just stuff that I bought like 2-3 years ago that I have to unbox on the channel. But Gallup's one of them. Um, uh, um, no, this is a different couch. Different couch from the old one. The old one was like a foldable bed kind of thing. Got rid of that. This is actually better quality. Funny enough, it's like full of stuff there. There's a table and everything. All my lighting's over there. But yeah. Which Keltier? I'm talking about the EDP, which is a 2024 release. No, thank you. Thank you. Roger Dove is crazy overpriced to begin with. He stopped selling samples of travel sizes. Oh, did he? You didn't know. And again, the Roger is not my kind of brand, like Clive Christian stuff like that. I'm just going to wait. I did not know that. But yeah, they're actually the new Apex that I smelt. I am going to say it in the sampling samples videos that I'm like, huh. I don't know if this has been, he's not going vintage formulas. Like these are new formulas kind of things. with his new nose in his line. And it smells like a designer fragrance. Um, do I think creativity's dead in the designer realm? Um, well, it's hard because um, a lot of these brands are under the same umbrellas. So when LVMH owns you, L'Oreal, just as a couple examples, Puig, these bigger brands, these mega brands, want their money back. They spent hundreds of millions to billions to buy these brands. Yeah, so the creativity is gone, right? Like, it's unfortunate, but they have to get their money back. So they have to start going, this is the trend, and this is what we're going to be doing. We have to follow the trends. Like Puig, right? On Jean Paul Gaultier, they own Carolina Herrera, the rights to the fragrance brand. And they own Paco Rabanne. So they use Quentin Bish and his syrupy vanillic tonka fog in all their fragrances. They all smell alike. So they just use Bad Boy. They use the names, right? That sell Bad Boy, 1 million, and Le Mans, and the same kind of recipe. Just rinse and repeat. And then sell it to kids for $180. You could ask. Not going to happen. Let's try. Well, Grim, if you're still here, it's not like it. Um, don't look at it that way. Your voice is important um, to the people that want to listen to you. So, who cares about your nose? Who cares? Like, you keep working at it, right? If you love this, if you like this, keep doing you. You know, it's important to know what's around you, like the rest of the community and stuff like that. And that's why I subscribe to a lot of these people, just to see what's going on, have the pulse on the community. So you know, like, what thumbnails to use and things like that. Like, those are things, trick of the trade. But don't undervalue yourself. Um, you have a small community that you're building and it's doing well. Like, you were at 600 when I shouted you out, I think, and now you're around 1,000. That's awesome. So, right, don't poo-poo your own nose. However, right, smell things. Like, if you do have, a little bit of extra income, instead of buying like another fragrance like this, get a couple essential oils and start delving into, if that's what you're interested in, you can start delving into essential oils and kind of start knowing the notes and things like that. But eventually you're going to start knowing, if you're really deep into this, like I did, you're going to start knowing the perfumiers, and you're going to know the inclination of what one perfumier uses a lot of something. And they have their own little recipes and things like that. So there's a lot of, and that's why I'm still here. I really enjoy going into, like, even designer brands like Kirky, this new one. Like, this, here's an example, Kirky, right? Okay. So Maison Francis K, right? Francis, I've smelt Francis's fragrances since like the mid 90s, right? Le Male, I started with that. So, you know, vanilla is like one of the notes that he's known for. He's great with vanilla. He's great with ambers. He's really good with orange blossoms. Um, that is his strength. But I know that because of everything I've smelt. And if I watch the reviews of Kirky, I know right now, because I know the community, like I have a pulse on the community. I know which new releases are getting hyped and not. Who cares about the reason? But Kirky is getting bashed. I know this because I'm around and I have my pulse on. However, that's not going to ruin or change my thoughts. But I can't wait to smell it. Like, I didn't have to buy that sample; I bought it. But now it's going to put my Rolodex much stronger for, first of all, the nose behind it, which I know a lot of his perfumes, but This is going to be an addition to that. I would just keep building, right? And it doesn't matter how shitty or how good it is. Like Quentin Bish, I've smelled probably like 12 Bishes this year. Do I want to? Absolutely not. But testing out a Bish 1 million versus the Bish Jean Paul Gaultier now, like I can confidently say here, saying, well, they use Bish on the new Bad Boy, they use Bish on the new Le Mans, and they use Bish on the new 1 million because I've smelt them all. And I'll say, well, all their back ends are exactly the same. He's using the same Takafog. And I'm confident in that because I've smelt them. Now I've also smelt a Bish that is a Amouage release, which again, the price is just boom, right? So much higher. Is it worth it? Has he done much more in that release than he did with his designers? Yes, he did. However, the quality is still kind of iffy, right? So the resume, and that's why I have these strong thoughts. When I go into a fragrance review, I'm always going Rolodex, right? What have you done for me in the past? What have you done for me lately? And I mean the brand and the nose. So, right, like when I go into a review, people go, "Oh, you already knew what you're going into." Well, no, I'm just stating what my experience is. So, if I go into an Amouage fragrance review right now, what am I going to say? Well, a lot of you that are watching me now know that I'm going to praise the Christopher Chong era. Why? Proof's in the pudding. I own over 12 of them. It is one of the better lines in the modern era. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying it for years. It's nothing new. Now, am I also going to say they've been kind of lacking lately? Absolutely. And people are going to say, well, he's hating. No, I'm not. I'm being honest. What have you done for me lately? What have you done in the past, right? Amouage still has a little bit of rope with me in regards to, okay, let's see what else you guys can do. But you're kind of shooting and missing sometimes now. Not very good. I know where that brand is going because now I know. Like the past couple of years, I kind of knew where they were going. Once Chong left, I kind of felt it with Chong. I was like, what's going on with him? And I started realizing that, oh, they're trying to sell the brand. So, they went from being creative to something else. Is there something wrong with that? As a frag head, yes, I am missing my Christopher Chong Amouage releases dearly. It hurts. However, do I understand? I'm not stupid. It's business. I understand. So there's more of people that are going to be buying the new Amouages because they're more mainstream, right? Like how many people dislike Interlude? How many people dislike Memoir Man? It's right in front of us. Um, I do. I know what he does for a living. Yes, please. You'll be okay. It's not like we're going to be dating anytime soon. Oh, Mitra's here. See how far back I am? I don't know how far back I am, but yeah, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to watch hockey tonight. My team's not playing tonight, but the team that is chasing my team is playing tonight, and I want to watch them. I'm hoping that they lose, so I don't kind of want to do a live stream. And if they are like winning or something like that, I'll just do something else. I'll probably do like a sampling samples tonight or something. So yeah, I changed it. Oh, another super chat, man. I feel so bad. Thank you. 18th letter. Hey, Mark, been here since the beginning, 2009. That's a long time. I got a question. Okay. Is it okay to store your fragrances in your bedroom closet as long as you keep them in a box? It's better in most places. Yes, absolutely. You don't even have to keep them in the box. A closet's pretty damn dark. You need it dark, and you need it to be basically not in an area where there's a heavy fluctuation of temperature. So closet's good. Yeah, I don't see any issue with that. You're good. Top 20 spring. Well, I started working on it a little bit. It's a little bit of a struggle. Bonjour. Hello, Sean. Have I tried any? No. What's a soy boy? Uh, I smell it's the brand of Healy. Just look it up. Like I say it in French, like I don't know how to say it in English. Marin, I guess. Uh I'll type it. Well, I'll type it. No, it's too. It's been. How long have you wrote this? Like, yeah, half an hour ago. You're not. You might not even still be here. But Healy, Heeley. Just try to find the mint and the aquatic one. There's only two. You're good. Mitra's popular. Okay, a lot of people are talking to her. Um, which perfume comes to mind when you think about something you wear for a wedding? Very personal, super personal. And again, as a fragrance reviewer, there's just things that I'm not going to recommend. Like I could recommend stuff that depends where your wedding is, right? Is it going to be in a church? Is it going to be beach? Is it going to be hot climate, cold climate? Personal. It's between you and her. That's the best thing to recommend. It's got to be something that has a meaning between both of you. That's the best answer a fragrance reviewer. They should not be listing you things. It's personal. So I will definitely not recommend somebody a wedding day scent. Absolutely not. Now doing a video of like top 20, I guess, but nah, nah. Uh, I disagree. I don't think I want to go into a huge thing about it, but I'll give you one hint because if you're a fan of him, um, if you watch him, do you watch Fragmental? Go on Fragmental's channel where he has him doing blind testing. There's some fragrances that he said were a couple that are notable that he said in his channel. This is like my favorite fragrance of all time. I wear it all the time. And he bashed it on Fragmentals. Like, there's no way, like a fragrance that I love, Lamal, let's say Jubilation 25, like fragrances that I've loved for so long. You blindfold me, I wouldn't be bashing these fragrances. I don't care if you blindfold me and you shove chips in my mouth and you're blasting music in my ears. I smell that thing. I'll be like, yeah, that's Le Mans. I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't even hesitate. And okay, I get it. Like maybe you didn't pinpoint it. However, there's a big thing by being my favorite fragrance and bashing the shit out of it when you're blindfolded. That's a big thing. Like there might be fragrances that I like that I might just go, oh, I don't know. And then you look at it when you blindfold it, and then you go, oh shit, okay. Like some that you're on, but not my favorites. No, absolutely not. So that's just one of a million things. But there is a lot of signs of that. Yeah, I love George. Love George. What's going on, brother? Mom Flash. Oh, okay, so there they are. Hopefully you got that. Mitra's saying thank you. Oh yeah, Roadsters, awesome, beautiful bottles too. Great, great mint. Um, Replacement. Nah, nah. There's just some things you just can't. And perfume, there's never really a one for one. Like yeah, you talk about these machines that can, look at, yeah, but there's some of these fragrances, like not all, but some of these fragrance brands, they use Givaudan or IFF, or they only use their own proprietary things, materials. So you'll never be one for one. My best answer to that is don't. It's still available on Megidday. Yes, it is. It is worth the price of admission. It is. It is one of the best Jean Claude Elena's of all time. Don't try to dupe it out. Microtransactions. Well, yeah, but they're gonna keep pushing. They're gonna be $1,000. Those things. You watch. I want to get. I want to get a bunch of declaraciones. I have not. I heard of it. Obviously, I posted about it. It's obviously different if they're selling it as such. They wouldn't be selling it and saying all this stuff. And no, something happened there. And I think one of my subscribers said that they had to keep it in there because there was something wrong with their distributor or something with their bottles or something like that. And they smelt it and they're just like, oh shit, it changed it. Okay. Steven is built like a Roblox. Aw. Kirky. Good old Kirky. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I got some nasty I get blocked a lot. Um there was one, and I'm not gonna name names, but there was one that we had a really good conversation. I was just saying, this is my piece. This is, and they were like open to discussing it and just go, okay, like I'm not one to like, I'm the judge of you, and who cares? You do what you got to do, right? Who cares what I have to say? I'm a small fish. But yeah, we had a good discussion. I was saying, right, this is the things that I would like to see for you to be more transparent. And the thing is that, and they admitted, like I was just like, well, this is not your taste. I know it's not your taste. Why do you like this? Don't like I've watched, you know, 10, 10 to 11 dozen of your videos. I know which notes you like as per your videos. Like I don't know you off camera here. However, this is weird that you like this note now because this is heavy in this fragrance and you've been known to not like this. Then why do you like this fragrance, just this one, but the other 14 that have this note, you don't like them and you've said it on video. I'm like, yeah. Well, that's the issue. Like I know this, I see this because I know. Um, but then I got blocked the next day. So yes, I have. One person told me I was the devil. A lot of people, like they said, there was a couple of them that said like, can you put more effort into your own stuff and put less, put all your effort into positive things. Don't be so negative. I'm being honest. And they're like, that's what your channel is. It's a lot of negativity. What do you mean? Well, you gave this fragrance a 3 out of 10. Why are you so negative? I'm like, well, I'm being honest. I don't like it. Well, maybe you shouldn't do videos on those things. Why? Well, you should only do positive video. I'm like, okay, well, I tell you my opinion. You don't like my videos, and I don't like what you do. So I guess it's the same, right? They're all gone woke now. Oh man, there's so many comments I missed. Um, Silverwood's good. I'm just going to keep going here. You guys are doing your own thing here. I don't know if I want to. Oh, there we go. James Healy. Yeah. La vidéo sur mur est sortie simplement, c'est pour quand. Um, j'ai, j'ai pas de, j'ai pas de sample de mur et musk. So, je peux faire une vidéo sur, mais faut que j'achète le petit sample. It's addictive. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. uh, I have a bottle of that. I just need to unbox it. I blind bought it, so I don't know yet. We'll see. I did. Um, yeah, it's one of my favorite brands of all time, but they're hard to get, right? Nino, I haven't smelt either. Um, I'm hoping one of my decant sites has them. Like, I wouldn't mind spending like $10, like a Phantasm and the new Stellar. So hopefully they get them. But a lot of decant sites don't decant um, Muguet fragrances, and I think for because of the bottles. I don't know. I don't know why. Uh, Omar, come on, man. Can't be doing that. I think I caught up. Finally. What do I think about the incredible hype around clone? Are they? Yes, they are. Designer, it's their own fault. Designer brands have screwed up. They've priced themselves out, and now there's a huge gap on clone fragrances that are just taking over that $100 and less. They're not going anywhere unless some designer brands start going back to under $100 for their fragrances. This is not going to stop, right? You cannot have like a bulk of these designer brands being over $100 or more. They're getting closer to twos now. So especially the more popular ones. And you can't expect like brands like Montblanc, Lacoste, and stuff like that holding things down at $50. You need some sort of little bit of quality. Um, or shaved off. I don't know. I've seen a couple more of these. I guess that's the style now. I don't know. I do have curly hair, but I'm never ever gonna have hair that covers my eyebrows. What the hell's going on? Um, Finally got my nose on the intense. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Um, all right, I'm all good. There, I got through all. I'm sorry about the um, all the comments that I missed. I was just kind of going through. So anyway, I think I'm done with an hour and a half. Jeez. Um, I'll answer a couple more and then I'm out. I don't get it with designers. What I do, if I really like, when I wait 6 months to a year and get it on discount, there's no way I would pay the retail price for some of these new releases. I I feel, you know, I used to be new, obviously, to fragrances. We all been there, and then you get excited. I just kind of feel bad, like to right. There was a generation that when I was on YouTube and I first started on YouTube, that generation I feel got like honest feedback, and that generation when they get excited, they we as reviewers as a whole, not just me, told you what was crap and what was not. Now unfortunately you go on TikTok and it's who pays more. So unfortunately, right, they get excited and they're buying all this stuff, and it's the reviewers are like, well, it's not on me, right? But you have some sort of, I don't know, I feel like I have responsibility when I am saying, like, I feel personally, I don't want to be embarrassed of showing my channel to somebody because I'm hyping something that I don't like. That's not me. Right? I feel like my channel is more like somebody coming to my house and I'll tell you exactly. Let's go check out the Dials. You want to go check out the Dials, and I'll tell you exactly how they are. I'll be like, this is the popular one, Sauvage. This. A lot of people like this. I don't like this. This is what I would recommend. And this is why. This is what I feel like. I feel like I have that responsibility on my YouTube channel. Um, and unfortunately, like there's a lot of power that comes with these big channels. I felt it back in the day when I was the number one fragrance influencer with the teachings of Jesus. I was the one. And I felt that because everything I said was like gospel. Like I had a horde of people just blind buying stuff like crazy. Even when I told you not to, they would anyway. So there's a certain power that comes with these large channels. And some of these people that are doing this, they know better, right? And you're guiding people the wrong way. And I personally wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be proud of something that there is obviously everybody that's successful in the world. had to do something to get there, unfortunately. And that's where some of these channels are going. That they are doing things like buying subscribers, right? There's one guy on here that's been on here for a long time. Every single video of his gets 20,000 views and gets like 18 comments. Like, I kill you in comments. Like, I get 50 comments on my videos. How are you getting 20,000 views every single video and 19 comments, give or take? All the time is 20,000, and then there's a little bit more spillover, but I'm doubling your comment section. Me, me. You got like 6 times as much subscribers as I do. It makes no sense, right? So, anyway, I'm gonna get going. It's been an hour and a half. It was way too long. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in. Thank you for your questions. I do apologize to the ones I missed. The whole point of the live was to kind of talk about 2025 releases. Hopefully you got something out of the live. um, and I'm looking forward to testing out some new 2025 releases. Still going strong. um, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. Like, I really, like, I haven't done a live in years. I think it's been years. And I used to do a lot of these, but keep it tuned in. I got a lot of what am I doing? Where's my head? That's next on my channel. It's right there. Van Cleef and Arpels. I'm doing this is actually a Quentin Bish Van Cleef and Arpels, a neroli based fragrance. So I'm doing that as a unboxing. It's for the decant site, so that's why there's no cap. It's already been sprayed. So I'm doing that. And again, check out the Discord. I keep forgetting. Check out the Discord. We are at 95 members, I think. I would like to have at least 100. That'd be nice, but it's kind of my new fun little project. You can find out what I'm working on, which is a great thing. But there's tons of fabulous people in that Discord because you can talk to people in real time. I'm trying to do the best I can with it to throw stuff that I'm working on, stuff like that, to help you guys out. But yeah, lots of stuff on the channel. Like, I wish I could take this camera and kind of show you what I'm working on, but there's a lot of stuff I'm working on. Like the next Fantasme from Givenchy is next, sampling samples. So that one is one or two more wearings. So you're gonna get it at the end of the week. I got Kirky that's coming up after that. That's another sample that I'm doing. I am going to unbox this Alexandria too. So anybody that's a Xerjoff fan, this is for the decant side as well. That's why there's no box. Hopefully the atomizer works. We'll see. But that one is going to get my first. I never spoke about it. Never talked about it. I don't even know. I've never smelled Alexandria 1. What's after that? What am I working on? Oh, I'm working on Hope by Frederick Malle. So I got another sample there. So another sampling samples. Obviously the spring list. But yeah, lots to work on. Like, it's not like I'm ever gonna run out of ideas. All the stuff that's over here, right here, that you're seeing here, this is all my unboxing pile. It's the you're seeing just a little bit of the purgatory, just a little bit of it. This is coming up. Like, Santal Royale is next. I got Notorious Oud. These are unboxed ones, and these are boxed ones. Palmito Pedazzi, a whole bunch. And then yeah, tons of samples and stuff like that. So can't wait. And again, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for the support over the years. You've been a supporter years, months, days, even. um you know this place is all you're getting here is a guy that uses this as a hobby. This is a hobby channel, hobbyist, right? And I've been doing it for a long time. People ask me why. It's because I'm a hobbyist, and I love sharing. um Even like one video, I don't care if it's popular or not. There's fragrances that I review that hit my channel. Like, it's not a good thing for my channel. Like, I do Paris Hilton reviews and people are like not watching it, and YouTube's like, no, don't do that. That's not good. I don't care. At least if I can help out someone, I enjoy just popping on the camera. I love just kind of sitting down with a fragrance, just one, like a sampling samples, and just, forget that I have all this and just focus in on one and just wear it for a few days and go, okay, who's the perfumier? Okay, what's the resume? Or is this a new perfumier, an old one? Okay. So I look at it and I'm like, okay, like Givenchy, right? This one, fantastic. This is like my first one of their higher end line. And I mean like their new line. Like I have their older stuff, like this kind of stuff, but their new line. Um, and I'm excited about that. Like that's the kind of like I'm a frag head. I'm still excited about designer fragrances and sharing it. So anyway, it is what it is. Thank you so much for the support. I just saw that we have 100 people here. That's awesome, right? I don't need 500 people watching me. I don't. If I had 10 people, you guys are great, um, and hopefully all the work I put in, you guys keep supporting me. So thank you so much. All right, so hockey game tonight. If you're a hockey fan or not, we are Washington Capital fans tonight at 6 p.m. Um, we want Columbus to lose. We want my Montreal Canadiens, go Habs, go, to make the playoffs. If this team loses, we make the playoffs. And Habs are playing tomorrow. I'm excited about that. But yeah, if you do want to comment after, I'll leave this live up for perusing. So if you ever want to comment below, obviously the live chat's going to go away, but if you want to comment below, let me know what you want me to sniff. Like samples, like I have this, like this is just like one little example of samples that I have. It's just, I just got like this. This is like I need to sort out kind of thing. Like this whole big thing right here, this whole thing is full of like thousands. However, if you want to see something, I might have a bottle. And I don't mind buying samples and testing out new brands, new fragrances for all of you. It's the whole part of discovering. It's fun. All right. Have a good day. Love you all. See you later.